How you doing, YouTube? Not Massive Beer Reviews. Back with another review. New brewery time. New brewery. Belgian brewery time. Weird beer time. Let's put it that way. In the farm of Caulier? I'm going to say Caulier on that one. This is the Brune. It says Belgian beer, 6.8%. I'm trying to see what's going on here. Dating-wise. I think this is a 2011 bottle of beer, and that would kind of make sense. So we're talking about a 9-year-old 6.8% Brune from a brewery I've never had anything from. Why do I call it weird beer? One, not that I know everything about beer, I would never say that, but I cut my teeth on Belgian beer, and I cut it, from the early aughts, late 90s, early aughts, until, now. And I've never heard of this brewery before. Maybe they didn't get distro over here. I don't know. But you give me a Belgian Brune, I am going to purchase it. Then you start looking at the bottle closely. So over here, you can see they have lot numbers and best before. Okay? The best before only goes up to 2014. So it is at minimum a 2014 beer. And I believe the cap, which I'll show you after I pop it, says 0706, which would be June 7th, 2011. So you're talking about a 9-year-old beer. So they are guessing that it'll be best before at least 2014. So this is 6 years beyond what they would call it good. I'm still going to try it. Plus, we have notches for a Grolsch top on here. So it's a weird shaped bottle that has Grolsch top notches on it, but that's capped. It's way past its prime. Never heard of it before. I need a bottle opener. Let's dive into it. Yeah, dusty shelf in Jersey. Here's the big ticket. There's a little bit of hiss. Not a big hiss. It hissed a little bit. Breaking out the old Duvel glass, man. Let's give this a rough pour again. It's not going to have much carbonation. Yeah, that's probably going to be pretty oxidized. Oh, man, there's all kinds of chunky and funk floating around in there. You're not going to be able to see it. I should get a flashlight so you guys can see how funky it is in there. Hey, I'm pouring shit everywhere. How about that? But yeah, look at that. Zero head to it. Label-wise, I like it because it's ghetto, and just the weirdness of the bottle kind of does it for me. So yeah, let's just dive into this. No head whatsoever. Looks like iced tea. Let's get a nose. There's nothing. Soft sweetness, maybe. I'm not even getting a big oxidative note on it. Obviously, it has to be oxidized. Let me take a peek at this cap. It's quite the funky cap. This is the date that I said I was going to show you guys. And let's see the Merc ring on this. Oh, yeah, buddy. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that Merc ring, but, man, there's a funky ass murky ring on that. So it definitely has some age on it. But there's really not much negative on the nose, but there's not much positive either. It's really neutral. So we're just going to dive in. Cheers. Tastes like wet, cold tea bag. Yeah, there's nothing really here to talk about. I don't even want to take another sip, to be perfectly honest with you. Not that I don't think it's going to get me sick, but when beers are this flat and this neutral and there's nothing left to it, and it is a Belgian, it's a bottle conditioned beer, a Brune, 7%. It should have some liveliness to it, but it really is just water at this point. So there you go. A little bit of magic of no beer, but beer. So hopefully that little swallow there doesn't do me dirty. It's not going to. I've drank worse than this, older than this. That's a bummer, man. I wish I had a good seal on it because I was curious to see how this would play. I think I bought this for like $4, $3-4 off a shelf. A flyer on it. I wouldn't mind. You know what I mean? Doing it again. They actually had a blonde out there too. So we'll see what's what. Yeah. So there's no review here to be had. This is what we call old beer. By that I mean these are the things when you play the old beer game. That's why if you look into those super kind of nerdy, crazy beer forums where everybody's like, oh, I want provenance on everything and where it was stored, who handled it, all that kind of funny stuff. You know what I mean? That comes into play when you're talking about a big ticket, high-end kind of aged beer. But what I'm talking about is just shooting from the hip, loose and fast. Let's grab a dusty bottle and see how it plays, that kind of thing. And getting a beer that is completely flat and devoid of character is part and parcel with that game. But it was fun nonetheless, man. It's fun. What more do you want? It's aged beer. There you go. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this not review. Down there you can talk about it. Massive Beers, social media, Beer Massive. there, doing a whole podcasting thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying it. A better aged beer than this one. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.